Hello fellow data analysts. In this video I will demonstrate how you can uh, embed a web page on your Tableau dashboard. So I have a basic um, uh, sheet here. I would like to first bring this on a dashboard page, and then what I'm planning on doing is to uh, link each of these values from the cells, for each of these cells, to the URL, and each time I click on a cell, it triggers a URL to open, and it can either open it on a new browser, or it can open it on a browser that's embedded onto the dashboard. So first thing first, let's go to a new dashboard page. So we only have one sheet, and in this sheet we only have one column of information, or one cross tab here. I'll bring it onto the dashboard, and of course it will be float, so it's always good to use float because it allows you to make changes to the format and to the dimension of the sheet that you bring onto the dashboard. So now that we have our sheet uh, established on the dashboard, now we can add a browser, or a web layout here, where the URL can actually load the page on the same page as a dashboard. So to do that, you're going to use the web page object and simply drag it and drop it onto your dashboard. Remember that, again, to have the floating object type activated, because again it allows you to be able to make edits to the format, and also be able to move the object around your dashboard. So it's asking me what the URL would be. So I have in mind to use the odometer for the world GDPs. So this is the web page that I would like to connect onto my dashboard. So first thing first, let's go ahead and copy this and go back to the dashboard and paste it here. So this will automatically load this URL, that web page, onto this object which we just dragged here. As you can see, we have that web page embedded onto a dashboard here. Again, World Odometer is a website that where you can find update statistics on economic indicators, social indicators, etc. So once you have this URL layout, browser layout embedded on your dashboard, this is where you're going to go ahead and build an action to trigger the website to navigate through the URL. So to do that, you can simply click on the layout of your browser and click on Add URL Action. So once you're here, simply again, what you can do at this point is go back to the browser page and look at the countries where you would like uh, your browser, or you would like your dashboard to load each time you click on them. So as you can see, each time you open the URL, after the GDP domain name, you have this address added. So that means that we could actually add a country name and then put a dash and GDP, and we should be able to map that URL. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy and bring it over to the dashboard and paste it onto the URL. And this is where the important place is. So instead of Japan, you can clean the name Japan, and instead you can bring the country names here. So what it will do is each time you click on one of these country names, it's going to add that country name in here, and then add the dash, and then the GDP, and then slash, and then that will be the end of the URL. So it will also ask you if you want it to be, once you go and click on each of these cells, if you want it to be hover, once you hover your cursor on each of these cells, or you want it to select, or you want menu. I would say select, that's the common one. And then we also want it to load onto this page. So since we already embedded that browser page onto the dashboard, so we have it already here. If you click on new browser, then it's going, each time you trigger the URL here, it's going to open a new browser for you. And you can also click on test link. It's going to test the link for you. In our case, Argentina, so we just test it as functioning. So go back and click on OK, and then click on OK again. So let's go ahead and click on these cells to see if the URL will be triggered each time we click on them. Argentina, there you go. We have Argentina. Australia, Australia. Bangladesh, Bangladesh. Belgium, Belgium. Brazil, Brazil. So what this helps you is, let's say you have a dashboard, and you know sometimes you cannot bring all your data onto a dashboard to as part of your analysis. What you would like to do is you would like to have a secondary source of information, in which case it could be a website data, or a GUI, a graphic website where you like to embed it onto your dashboard, so that instead of opening the URL on a browser, you can actually open the information linked to that specific cell directly with that browser, as you just saw in our case here. And again, you can also do it through, you can either do it by clicking on the button here, either add URL action or edit URL action. You can also do it through the worksheet. Um, sorry. You can also do it through the worksheet and actions. As you can see, this action is already embedded here. If you do it through the action, remember you need to click on add action, and then you need to select go to URL, and then you will do the same thing here. And again, let's go back to edit. If you click on new browser tab, again, and instead of showing it on the same page as the dashboard, or in the same dashboard, it will open a new browser for you. Click on OK and OK. So each time you click on each of the cell, instead of opening it on the actual dashboard, it will open it on a new tab for you. With that being said, I hope that this was a helpful video for you. Thank you so much.